Sometimes in this space, like, it's not that people are fighting, they're like not even like in the same stratosphere having a conversation. And I was listening to this discussion about self-sovereignty and this idea of like just this individualistic orientation and coding and creating so much around that idea. And that fits within a paradigm that's pretty well paved by people that have the most resources and money and power. But it really made me feel like that shouldn't be a contradiction, but it is, and that we're not spending the time looking at the collectivity and how we're building it out. And I think, people like Nathan and a lot of other people are starting to try to have that conversation about how do we do that with co-ops and DAOs.
I think one of the key things that needs to happen is the sort of bridge building that a lot of us have alluded to. So like, tech tends to be fairly, especially this community tends to be fairly siloed, and how can it relate to things that are happening in the social good sector? I think Daniel's presentation was a real reminder for me for that, because that, as Sarah pointed, it was sort of like the things just seemed like they were talking like not even in the same sphere. I mean, you have something that people think is based on a cooperative structure, but it also, purports self-sovereignty over everything else. Like these two things just, are apples and oranges to me. And the current positioning seems to suggest that they're on different trajectories. Whereas there's other people that are like, no, these things too they can connect, they can connect. And my question is where?
I'm not a doer. I'm not somebody who's going to go build a social enterprise or come up with a solution. But what I am is somebody who's a connector and an ecosystem builder. And so like, when Ben and I have worked in the same world for a long time, talks about like this vision with impact investors, I understand what he's saying, but I don't know how to make it work. And so, my fear is that there are many more people like me than people who actually are figuring out how to make it work. And maybe I just haven't found the tools to like bridge that divide, but that's where my head is right now. Like, how do you make this easier for people to come on and be supporters or champions?